and the whole lifestyle implications of it.
Right.
Well, especially because Lyme people always say, everybody says I look great.
Yeah.
And they know they're not great.
Yeah.
And people don't understand.
Sure, they don't look sick.
That's right.
Right. Good point. Now you, I think we've covered a lot about what disease is. So it can attack different parts, the joints, your brain, nervous system of your body. It's bacteria. We talked about what to do if you have a tick bite and treatments. But I had not heard of this support group until we met you. Tell me a little bit about the Lyme disease support group.
We have a support group that meets in Burlington at the Sheraton about every 6 weeks. Our next meeting will be May 26th. We meet at 2 o'clock in Diamond Ballroom number 2. Not as grand as it sounds.
But we're open to anyone coming.
Anybody is welcome. Okay. And sometimes we have speakers. Sometimes we just do a real support group where people tell their stories and hear what other people are doing to get well.
Yeah, nice to hear what somebody else has experienced and you can relate to
and it's good for them to bring family members because it helps them understand that their family member is not pretending, not having things that everybody else with Lyme doesn't have.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Say again when the next meeting is?
On May 26th.
Okay. Is there anything online that they can find about this support group right now? Okay, so if people,
they can call me at Home Health.
That's right.
761, extension 761 at Home Health. If you have any further questions, please call me.
Good, okay.
I can let you know.
So this is in Chittenden County. Are there other support groups in Vermont that you know of?
There are a couple of them, but a lot of people from all over Vermont come to us.
It's a nice central area.
Yes.
Yeah. You had some articles you wanted to share with us, some pieces of it about why is Lyme disease being talked about right now a lot. You see it a lot in the news in Vermont.
Yes. Let's see. Biology professor Alan Geese from Linden had done some studies just recently, and in the Department of Health, he says in 2000, the State Department of Health recorded just 40 cases, 2/3 of them likely contracted out of state. Yet by 2009, there were 408 confirmed and probable cases, with 3/4 of them determined to be originated in Vermont. And 2011 is shaping up to be the worst year yet. As of last week, and this was December 7th, there were more than 500 confirmed and probable cases, according to Erica Burrell, an epidemiologist with the State Department of Health.
What it's really important to know, too, about this is even the CDC says that the reportable cases probably account for 10% of the actual cases.
I have some information on that. The CDC, this is an article out of Green Living in spring 2012. It's a Vermont magazine. The CDC, by their own admission, estimates 300,000 cases of Lyme are contracted in the USA annually, and a mere 10% are properly diagnosed, leaving over 250,000 annually with misdiagnosis.
Yeah, that has implications across the board, healthcare and your life and your being treated. So just to hear those numbers too, they do sound surprising.
And because of a mild winter and the acorns are down.
We'll talk about that a little bit.
They're predicting the mice population will be down, and so the ticks will be looking. The ticks hang out on either deer or mice to get their blood meal, and if
or
not,
chipmunks or birds
or lots of other lots of other things, but those are the most common things they think. And when they can't get their blood meal on the mice because the mice population is down, they'll come looking more for people. This year was what they're predicting, so that's why we're hearing a lot about it this year.
How it all works together. Resources.
Yes.
You've been showing this.
This
book.
is the Lyme disease and associated diseases, the basics, out of southeastern Pennsylvania. And I can get people a copy of these, or a person can call their office at 610-388-7333. But I'm happy to get copies of these for people. And 2 other good resources are the movie Under Our Skin, which you can watch on Netflix, or you can buy if you go on the internet to Under Our Skin, or a really good book is Cure Unknown by Pamela Weintraub, which you can get at Amazon.com or at a lot of bookstores.
Sure.
So those are really good resources.
And I imagine those go into some of the history about Lyme.
Why, yes. And this one tells about the symptoms and the co-infections in Lyme the best. And then another source on the internet is ILADS. They're an organization doing a lot of research and education, and it's the International Lyme and Associated Diseases
Society.
Okay.
ILADS, I'm sure you can.
Right, ILADS.
Okay.
So if you go on the internet, there's lots of good information there. So those are the best resources. So
Good. Well, thank you for sharing those with us. And as you said, it's important to go to some high-quality resources when there's a topic like this that has.
Right.
Appreciate it. And Susan, I'd like for you to have time to talk about your family's personal experiences with Lyme disease and share a little.
Well, I would really like to share my daughter's story because it's very impressive. She was about 8 years old when she started having all sorts of vague symptoms. We went to 22 doctors who all said there's nothing wrong with this child that a psychiatrist can't help. And that's very typical for Lyme people to have that happen to them.
They thought that symptomatic things were in their head. And,
yeah.
Okay.
And even when there was pretty big symptoms, they would say that. By the time she saw 22 doctors who said that, we found by accident a Lyme literate doctor. And by that time, she couldn't walk, she couldn't talk, she couldn't sit up without help. She was lying in bed. She couldn't read or watch television. She was totally disabled. This doctor looked at her and he said, I bet my license, this is Lyme disease. He tested her and started IV antibiotics that week. We did 3.5 years of IV antibiotics, followed by almost the exact same amount of oral antibiotics. During that time, her symptoms got a lot better, but she also got other ones. She was having 30 seizures a day. She had Tourette's. All kinds of strange things were happening. And our Lyme literate doctor finally said, there is a Lyme literate neurologist, and that's your next step. And we went to him. He treated her with IVIG, which is immunoglobulin. And after one treatment, all the seizures stopped, all the Tourette's stopped, and she started getting her life back. And now she has a real wonderful life. This is a person who, while she was sick, every year would say to me, if I'm not better by my next birthday, promise me you'll kill me. And now she's so glad I didn't.
What an amazing story. As a mom, we can, anybody relating to your loved ones, to see them going through something like that and not know why. And as you said, to be lucky enough to find people who...
And along the way being called a Munchausen mother and being abused by the medical profession and friends and family. Yeah. It's a hard, long fight, but you can win this fight.
Yeah. Good. So the importance of, as in any situation, fighting for yourself when you have an illness and making sure that you keep pushing for answers. And,
that's right.
And in this situation, luckily, as you said, there are some information out there. It's starting to grow, and more people are, doctors in the medical community itself, doing more, learning more,
right.
As we do with any conditions and diseases.
Of course.
So we're lucky for that.
And I think that we opened a lot of doors, and that was a good thing.
Yeah.
But also, as a mother, when they say to you, your child needs a psychiatrist, you know. And you have to keep looking until you get to the right place.
Her daughter actually made it into Newsweek magazine.
Yes, and I have that article here. But
for her treatment.
This is I don't know if you can see this. This is a SPECT scan, which is a picture of her brain while she was sick. In the beginning, this was her SPECT scan. The yellow areas shows where her brain was getting blood. I mean, not blood, oxygen. And after her IV treatment, look at the difference.
Yeah.
This one, the doctor said, was the same SPECT scan as a 92-year-old woman with Alzheimer's would have had.
Wow, that's
so
amazing.
You have
that's
to get
impressive.
aggressive sometimes.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Well,
it's
that's impressive.
really, really dramatic, and you can see there were people who said, it's dangerous to use antibiotics that long, but what's the alternative?
In her case, it saved her, sure. So each case is going to be different.
That's certainly a hard thing with Lyme patients. Everyone is different.
Sure.
That is part of the problem.
Yeah. But that's so important that you share, and I appreciate that you share that with us because, again, I think as more people learn about Lyme disease, it's important to just say how scary it really can be.
It can be
It's a very
really
serious
scary.
condition. It can be very serious and have, like you said, far-reaching implications. And thank you for having this support group that you can offer this kind of support for families going through that, either for a long time or just beginning to.
I hope to also do some other educational things this summer in the St. Albans area. I have several planned, so anybody else interested, please be watching your newspaper and in local places where it might be posted. Or you can call me at Home Health.
Yes, good.
To find out.
Great. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you both for being here. I do appreciate you sharing. This is a very important topic. And I just want to, again, thank our community for watching Franklin County Home Health Agency's Where the Heart Is. And again, you can go online and search some of the resources that Lynn suggested today, or feel free to call her at Franklin County Home Health at 527-7531 and ask the receptionist. Of course, you can visit our website to learn more information about home health and its services at www.fchha.org. And I'd like, if I can, to make a plug for an event that Home Health is excited to bring to our community once again this year in October, and that's the Blue Jean Ball for Home Health, and that'll be on Saturday, October 27th, so you'll see more information about that as the summer progresses too. So thank you again, ladies, for being here and talking about Lyme disease, and we hope that we've brought some more information to people who might have questions about them, and please do talk with your healthcare provider if you have concerns and seek some more information about Lyme disease. Thank you for watching today, and tune in again next month to Where the Heart Is. Until then, be well.